think what Anthony Davis did leaving New Orleans, and he's one of the top 5 players in the NBA, him leaving New Orleans at such a young age, saying, I want to go to L.A. and play with LeBron, let me know that LeBron still has clout, still has power. Now, if he could have got Kawhi, then that would have been just, you know, the cherry on top of the ice cream. You can't, they're like, you know, maybe 6 blue chippers in the NBA. And LeBron had a chance to get two of them.
Yeah.
And you got to say what Jeannie Buss and the Lakers have done the last 2 summers. Last summer, you go out and you grab the biggest fish in the ocean in LeBron James. And then if Anthony Davis was a big fish in terms of free agency and not trade, then you go and get him. They've had 2 great summers when you talk about the Lakers.
And I don't think it's fair to criticize Kawhi for how he went about his process. At no point did he make it seem like it was going to be at 6 p.m. on June 30th or at 6 p.m. on July 1st. We knew it was going to take some time. We knew he was weighing his options. He didn't, best I can tell, didn't make any commitments to any organizations that he broke. And he was waiting to see if the Clippers could do something that is, relatively speaking, unprecedented, which is trade for a player who had just signed a contract 1 year prior and give up an unprecedented draft haul to get him. So Kawhi was very judicious about the process. I do not think that he lied to LeBron. I do not think he lied to the Lakers, that he was considering them. Now, maybe the Lakers' exceptionalism made them feel, of course, we're the leading candidates, when in reality they were second, maybe third. But if the Oklahoma City Thunder flatly say, offer us all the picks and staples, we're not trading Paul George, then Kawhi has to come back to Uncle Dennis and his people and say, all right, do we want to go to the Clippers by ourselves when LeBron and Anthony Davis are in L.A., when we know what the other teams across the West are? Do we want to go back to Toronto, deal with those winners, and have a very slim chance of ever reaching a greater height than the one we just did, or join up with LeBron and AD? I think for Kawhi, it was not my belief. The allure of LeBron is worn off. I think Kawhi never had the allure of the super team. And if it was just LeBron in Los Angeles, or if it was just Anthony Davis in Los Angeles, meaning with the Lakers, that would have been one thing. But the fact that they were both there, and it would have been phrased as, man, the reigning finals MVP is going to kind of stack the deck here. When we have a chance for a competitive, wide-open league, he's going to remove that the way Kevin Durant did with Golden State. That he didn't want to do that. I don't know that has to be a referendum on the attractiveness of LeBron.
CC, if Kawhi didn't join with the Clippers, if they couldn't get Paul George over there, you think he would have gone to the Lakers, or would he have gone back to Toronto? Or would he have gone by himself to the Clippers?
There was a problem going back to Toronto because were they going to be good enough? And if he could be in Los Angeles, he would have preferred to be in Los Angeles as a home destination. All right, so he requested that from the beginning. So they had a tremendous advantage on it. But I think you bring up the strongest point is Kawhi didn't have a great deal of interest in joining a super team. You mentioned it before. 2 summers ago, what did they do? They went out and got LeBron James. Anthony Davis requests a trade. We have all this. They blow up everything. They bring him over. Kawhi didn't want to be a part of, well, how good am I? Yeah. That now, you saw what I just did. Well, if I'm that good and you believe in yourself, why would I have to join the Lakers? Now, Kawhi wasn't going to be trying to play, hey, me against the world. Yeah. Like I'm getting ready to knock these dudes off every year. No, Kawhi's got a lot of sense. He played his hand right. Because let's go back to the whole thing. He communicated with Kevin Durant. He communicated with Kyrie Irving. Yeah. Shocked me. And then he went out and made the gangster move, Chicago style, called Paul George. Paul's like, well, what I'm supposed to do? Go back over, and Kawhi told him, go back over and tell them people to trade you. Wow. Kawhi Leonard, who doesn't talk, giving that type of advice that changed free agency. And I believe that the Lakers, if the Clippers don't make that trade, then the Lakers, he's going to sign with the Lakers. Toronto, if they couldn't make another trade, which they talked about with OKC, they're not going to get in this. Kawhi wants to win championships, didn't have any interest in joining the super team, though, Z.
100% correct, on point. And Kawhi wanted to go home, right? And the first choice was the Clippers, always the Clippers. The Clippers didn't necessarily have all of the assets to get that second player. So Kawhi said, I'll wait, right? And that was okay.
So you're saying when free agency opened, everything being equal, the Clippers were in the lead even though Toronto had recently been crowned champs?
Yes, because you can never resist the allure of going home. And what I know about us as players, former players, we always want to go home, and there's a yearning to go home, play in front of family, friends, so forth and so on. Now, that may not always be the best thing, but that's all yearning, right? And when you look at LeBron starting a lot of this, going from Miami back to Cleveland, saying, I want to win at home. Didn't work out there with Gilbert and everybody else, so he left again. Okay, Paul George and Kawhi, those two guys went back home. And now they're saying we got a chance to win at home, whether it be with the Clippers or the Lakers. I think those two guys just want to go back home.
And even Anthony Davis was asked this weekend at an event in Chicago, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Would you ever consider playing for Chicago? He hadn't even played a game for the Lakers yet. He's like, yeah, maybe one day, who knows?
Yeah.
Like, because it's home. So that was always there with Kawhi, and we had always heard it was there with Paul George until he re-upped in OKC.
Zeke brings up a great point, because even from a youngster, when you get to the field, you get to the court, you looking in the stands.
Yep.
I wonder, is it my mom? Is it my auntie? Is it my
always
uncle?
Looking.
My cousin? Like,
Chris, your last year, that last year where you ended up signing with Miami.
Yes.
Before you signed with Miami, before you officially retired, when you opted out of your deal in Minnesota, wasn't Cleveland on the board for you?
Yeah, I actually went to Cleveland, was thinking about Dwight Clark was the general manager. That was my grandfather's favorite team growing up. And to be able to play, because this is the thing. Typically, the professional athlete, you don't know anyone there. And if we had our druthers, we had our preference, I'd like to know. So I'm getting ready to put on this performance. I'd like to have some people who really know me be in the stands. And that's one of the allures of being able to go back home to showcase your talent.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.